Hey, we're DAYSORMAY, and you're watching The Music Enthusiast.
Hi, what's up? I'm Sarah from The Music Enthusiast, and today I'm here with DAYSORMAY. How are you guys?
Good. Thank you for having us.
No problem. So I know two of you are twins. So how did you meet?
Yes. Yeah. Well, two of us at birth.
Yeah.
And then we met Aiden. I think our parents like already knew each other a little bit, and then we ended up like all three of us being in like cross country skiing lessons when we were like 7, and so that's how we met Aiden.
Amazing. And did you guys think that you guys would like become a band when you were like skiing together and stuff?
I did. I was trying to find people to play music with. So I don't know if you guys did, but
I didn't know you played music until
like when we met. I didn't play any instruments.
oh, okay.
Me neither.
Well, no. So yes, but we eventually figured out like we all like music separately. I guess we were already friends, and we all ended up playing like guitar, bass, and drums. So it was like we should play together.
Amazing. And when coming up with the name DAYSORMAY, were there other like band name ideas that like were thrown out in the trash because they were horrible? And what were they?
Yes.
Well, we were first called like Montage. Which is so dumb.
So bad.
I don't know why we were called
I don't
that.
even know why. Either.
And then we were called like 5 Star because we thought 5 star.
Thought that was
we were
hard.
We were 5 people.
Oh yeah, there were 5.
Oh yeah, we were 5, but we also thought that was like sick.
Yeah.
But it wasn't. Yeah, there were a lot of bad band names.
Yeah.
Too many to remember, honestly. Like
we kind of just felt like a name was just something you had to choose and just get it over with. And so at the start, the names were just really dumb because they were just anything just to get it done. But yeah, I mean, DAYSORMAY just kind of came from, it's from the French word DAYSORMAY, but we kind of spelled it out phonetically so it'd be easier for people that weren't French to get it. And yeah, it means from now on, or I guess technically henceforth. So they kind of just worked with the motto of trying to always be looking forward and not really getting stuck on stuff in the past, and so it was it's kind of been a cool reminder and like I guess like the motto of the band.
Amazing. And you guys recently like announced your full-length project. So how are you feeling about that? It's being released in October.
Yeah, great. I mean,
yeah, it's been like a really long time coming. Like I don't know, some of these songs are like 3 years old. 3 years old. Yeah. So it's like, it's been a lot of like thought and a lot of process to like put it together, and
even just figuring out what the music was going to be. Like we wrote so many just awful songs until we figured out like in between like our first EP and this one, we wrote probably like, I don't know, 100? Between 50 to 100 like songs, not complete songs, but like things that never really got finished until we really like figured out what we wanted it to sound like.
Yeah, I feel like it's like because some of the songs are so old and some of them we're like just finishing now. I think it acts as like a cool introduction to who we are and like how we write, but then also kind of will show people like how our songwriting has evolved and changed. Basically like from the start to the end, it'll be kind of like an evolution of our sound and stuff. So yeah, I'm really excited to finally get it out there and show people what we've been working on for like 2 or 3 years.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I can't wait to hear it.
Thanks.
So since some songs were in the works for so long, what was the process to picking like which songs would make it onto the album? Was it like hard at times?
Honestly, no. It was like it was really just like what songs were didn't suck. Because it was like we for some reason the way we write is like if a song sticks around like a long enough, we kind of it kind of shows us that there's something there, like if we keep coming back to it. So a lot of these ideas were like ones that we kept coming back to, and that kind of kept popping up in our conversations, or you'd like find it in your Google Drive or something and listen to it and be like, oh, this is really good, why did I like forget about this? So yeah, the ones that kind of didn't make it, they just never they just weren't, I guess, memorable enough for us to like come across them
and
again.
they never got finished, like,
and
they never reached a point where we were like, this is like good enough to put on the album.
It was originally going to be an EP, and then we just kept like writing and finding ideas that were cool that we wanted to bring back. So it actually hasn't been, you're the first person to ask me that, and it actually has never, when I think about it, it wasn't really that hard to choose like what to put on it. So yeah, it just felt like all the songs were there basically.
I mean, that's so great too, because it wasn't really that hard.
Yeah,
that's true.
And which songs were like the easiest and the hardest to make out of all project?
Ego was maybe the easiest to make.
I think it took a long time.
Yeah,
it took a while, but I think it felt the most like every time we worked on it, I didn't really feel like we were like
making it worse or anything,
like unsure of what to do. I think
it was fun to make.
I think the hardest song to make, at least in my opinion, was Role Model. Because I think that was like one of the first songs we wrote after our first EP. So we started writing in like 2016, and then it just kept getting like put away, and like, this isn't good. Like when we went to go record it, we almost didn't send it to the guy we were recording with, but then our manager was like, no, you should just send it anyways. Like, and that was like the one he's like, let's do that one.
Yeah.
So like, oh, cool, sure. Like, that's not really the one I wanted to do, but sure, let's do it.
Yeah.
Well, I mean,
yeah,
I'm so glad you did, because I love that song.
Thank you. Yes. Yeah, me too. I know it's kind of crazy to think about if we didn't.
Yeah, I know.
We didn't do it.
I don't want to think about
Try not to think about that.
And back to Ego, I mean, it seems like it would be such a hard song to make. I mean, I don't make songs, but like there's so much detail, especially like in the beat. So what was the creative process like for that song? What was the sort of like initial idea for it?
Yeah, I mean, I guess it was like a lot of effort. It just wasn't hard in the sense of like we never really got stuck on it, which we usually do on songs. So it was, Carson had this like beat pack that he made in like the summer of like 2018.
Mm-hmm.
So he sent me this beat that had like what was kind of like mostly the Ego drums, but it had this like Latin instrumental over it or something.
Yeah, and I thought it was totally so bad. I was like, I like posted on Twitter, I was like, who wants beats? Like, I will literally send these to anyone. And like nobody replied but Aiden. So like, which is great. I mean, a couple of my other friends did, and like, you know, they have it and that's cool, but I just thought it was so bad. But so Aiden stole the beat
and made it good
and made it into something else.
I just like I just took all the melodic stuff out, and then every day tried to add something, and if it wasn't good, I would just take it out. I would add it, listen to it. If it wasn't good, take it out, and that would be my effort for the day. So it was like very chill, but it was every day. It was like consistent, and then eventually it just got to a point where we brought it to these guys, and then the rest of the guys who were in the band at the time, and kind of just fleshed it out from there. And we toured it a lot, which was cool, and we actually got to tour it like before recording it. So kind of figured out all the kinks, and like we were able to like go into the studio with the same energy from playing it live, which I think was like pretty vital to making it work. So it was a pretty long process for it.
And I think like when we went into the studio to finally record it, I think it was like 6 days, and I felt like it was mostly like detail work the entire time, which was like cool, because it was like we had like the base of everything, and then we were just like finding like little spots to put in cool little details, pretty much.
Amazing. And again, like testing the songs like on the audience too is so great. So do you guys do that often when you like play shows?
Yeah, we try to. I think it's like a really good test. And also just to see like, because you usually have to play these songs live every time you play. So it's like, do I actually like playing this live?
Yeah.
And if not, how do I fix that? But most of them I think we got to test.
Yeah, it really shows like where if there's like any part in a song that's like awkward or like too long or something. It's like, yeah, it's like, okay, I can see I'm like losing the audience now. Like, yeah, maybe we need to change that, or like, yeah.
Which is maybe unconsciously how we chose what was on the album in a way. Like thinking back, like I feel like that just weeded out the weak songs, because there are songs that we would play live.
True. Yeah.
That just like we never finished because we knew it was like not its time, or like just wasn't right. So
yeah,
it's kind of all connected.
Amazing. And I feel like Ego would be such like a cool song live. I feel like it'd be like a mosh pit song. I don't know if it's true, but I'd be down to be in an Ego mosh pit.
Yeah. Yeah, it's definitely a favorite of people who've seen our shows. I think. Yeah.
We usually play it first, and it's like a bizarre introduction to our band, but I think it's shocking enough. I think that it works. So no mosh pits yet, but close.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Well, if you come to Montreal, I'll make it happen. I'll
Sweet. Sick.
You'll be the first to start the pit.
Yes.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
So what are all of your fondest musical memories?
I mean, I like most of this.
Yeah.
So I think like there's been a couple music videos that have been really fun. Like the Everything Is Changing music video was cool. We got to go back to our hometown and like I don't know, it kind of felt like we were showing off like all this really beautiful like nature and scenery that we had grown up with, kind of showing it to the rest of the world a little bit. So that was really fun. I mean, I love touring. So I would say probably the last tour we did, which was in like 2019 now. We opened for Tessa Violet, and that was super cool. That was kind of where we got to test all those songs, and the crowd was always really fun. Yeah.
That's good. I don't know, it's like it's all fun, it's all what we really like to do. So it's like, there are like ups and downs to every part, but it's like all kind of memorable, like studio sessions, ego especially was just so fun. Touring, whether it's a good tour or a bad tour, like there's always like a funny memory or like a good memory. And now that we all live together, it's like, I don't know, daily just like up to so much random shenanigans like all the time. So I don't know, it's just like constantly, I don't know, it's like our lives now, I guess.
I guess I'll try to pick one memory.
Okay.
No, actually, no. You know what?
It's hard.
That's really hard.
It's hard.
I'll single it down to one. Yeah, I'd maybe say either the tour we did with Tessa in 2019, or we did this tour in Germany and the Netherlands and
England.
That was a good one.
In 2018, I think I already said that. But yeah, that tour I think really influenced like our aesthetic, I think, moving forward, like being in Germany and stuff. So yeah, that one sticks out in my mind, I think.
Yeah.
Or
me sleeping in the middle of our one king bed. I think about that sometimes.
Oh, that's a good one. Yeah. That's a good story.
Yeah, I don't know, there's funny stories everywhere. Like, I don't know, we have Jasper, there was like everyone goes to the Legion after, but there was this like weird jam going on. I don't know, there's just like things that seem like a dream.
Oh my god,
it's real life.
I might actually
I'd
say if we were to pick one memory, I think that was like really bizarre. Funny and bizarre and memorable, it would be
that night
after we played the Jasper Folk Festival. We went to the Legion and it was packed, which was so weird. It's a Legion, like it's like, I wasn't expecting it. And then there was like this really weird jam, and then there was this dude named Willie like leading the jam. He's like this small older man, and then at the end of like their set, everyone like on stage just started like screaming into their microphones and stuff, and we were like what's happening? Like we were there with like our friends and from the band Birds of Bellwoods, and they were like we were all just like looking at each other like, this is like the best possible thing we could have walked into.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good one. Yeah, that's a good one.
That almost doesn't sound real at all.
Yeah. I know, but I have videos.
We'll like insert it right here.
Yeah, you should.
Oh yeah. Oh no, I can send you videos. Yeah, no, I'll send you videos.
Okay, cool. So, I mean, speaking of touring now, since like, let's say after the album, you guys would go on a headline tour. What would that look like? What would your shows look like?
Oh, good question.
Is this like a fantasy tour sort of thing, or is this like?
If you want.
It's a good question.
I would say, I mean, enough space to move around would be sweet. Usually we're opening, so it's like always pretty tight. I mean, I would love to do something with like big LED panels and honestly, I haven't thought about it too much. I think it's like, it's tough. That's tough.
I don't know. I mean, we have a show coming up in September, so maybe I'll use that as a reference, but I think it'll be cool to like, you know, there are songs on the album that we've never played live and people have never heard. So it's like, it'll be cool to bring those to life in front of real people. The exact opposite of what we would normally do, whereas we would like normally play it and test it out and then go record it. But now, because of COVID and like, you know, just lack of shows, and we've been so busy in like creating mode and like hibernating a bit, that I think it'll be just cool to see the reaction and like, I don't know, see how we can make the songs feel really live and like also reflect the album really well. Yeah, I think it'll be just like, I hope it feels just like a big like release and like family reunion for like fans that maybe met at some of our opening, like at shows, or you know, because there's nothing like a live show. So
yeah.
That's a way better answer than mine.
I think my maybe my like what our tour would look like would be, it would be long. I think I'm just ready to like, after not playing a show for so long, I'm just ready to tour for like months, an entire year.
Yeah.
Let's make it happen.
Yeah. 100%.
And I feel like you guys have this like blue aesthetic going on. So like, is that intentional? And why did you pick blue? I mean, it looks great on you guys. It literally fits your
Thanks.
Cool.
Yeah, I mean, I just really like colors. I when I was in high school, I took a psychology class and I learned what synesthesia was. So I think I have that. So I've always like associated colors with anything. So yeah, I mean, the EP Talk Peace to Wolf before this was that like seafoam green color. That's just like what the song sounded like. So sometimes when we're just planning or talking about what the next thing to do is and what that looks like, stuff like that will just pop out like, oh, it should obviously just be blue. So that was just kind of, I don't know where it came from.
I think for me, I think it came from like maybe like before we decided like, oh, let's do blue, but I think it ended up being like really cemented because Aiden bought this, like I think it was like whatever year that was, maybe 2018 or something. Aiden bought like this season, like this SAD like light for like the winter, where you just like stare at it to like get
makes you happy
to get some artificial sunlight, and that was blue.
Yeah.
And then randomly our rehearsal space in our hometown was literally a blue room with no windows. Like the floor was blue, the walls were blue, the ceiling was blue.
Oh my god.
So it was like when we were making like lots of the songs, we were surrounded by,
that's a good point,
blue.
Yeah, I didn't even really think about that.
Then when we were on tour in Germany, we went to this like museum in Cologne on our day off.
Yeah.
And there's this painting that's, I don't know what it's called, but it's by
Yves Klein.
And it's literally just a really deep blue like canvas, and it was like okay. Blue is definitely like the color for like these songs.
Yeah, I guess I think yes, blue is intentional, to answer that question, but it's just been like at very what's the word I'm looking for, like formative
yes.
moments throughout this album and the songs that are on the album. Blue has just randomly appeared. I don't know if that's fate or what that is. I don't know if I believe that, but like it's just like kind of been around. And like the painting in Germany and then the blue rehearsal space are two like those were like very large, I don't know, like things. We spent so much time in that rehearsal space. And I guess just being around it and like you just kind of associate the songs with blue. So that was that's kind of how it went down.
You guys are killing my answers. I'm just like, I see pretty colors, and you're like, let me analyze that. That's a great answer. Great point.
Yeah, I mean, like we call it like rehearsal space, like the blue room.
Too. Yeah.
Yeah, there you go. That's amazing.
There you
go. And like, talk to me about the Ego music video, especially making it. It seems like it was so much fun. You guys were like smashing stereos and all kinds of stuff. So what was that experience like?
Yeah, it was super fun.
Healing.
Healing for you for sure.
Oh yeah.
Carson let out some demons. It was cool. I mean, it was very like, I think it'll be our last video that was very improvised. I think like we had a general idea of like what we wanted to do, but it was we knew where the locations were, and then we would kind of just go there and figure out the shots on the day of. Like the smaller things like putting the camera under the glass and like standing on so it looks like I'm standing on it, like stuff like that was thought out, but like that concrete room and like even where we were smashing the speakers, that was just like, oh, let's just pull over here and do it here. I mean, it was super fun. We kind of operate fairly well like that for some reason, to just kind of go in with a minimal plan and see what happens. But
I think that's just how it's been, like doing a lot of stuff DIY, not DUI, DIY. That was fatal. It's just kind of lent, like a lot of our videos, like before we had like an album plan and like we're like, oh, we want to make videos for the singles or like every song, like, you know, how do we want those to like come across and stuff. Like we just made videos for fun. And there are videos that we made a long time ago that are still going to come out. But it's just like that has been very natural. That's just kind of how we have done it. So I'm looking forward to that not always being the case, because it is less stressful and almost less work to plan it out and like just have more of a plan going in. But with Ego in particular, you know, we really just wanted to like reflect the rage of the song, especially in the verses and the end. So smashing was an obvious choice. With a baseball bat, kind of like I don't know, Grand Theft Auto style or something, like
Office Space.
And then, you know, the choruses are we're just like grooving, because it becomes more of like a floaty kind of not mellow, but different. So we just, I think we just wanted to reflect the song as best we could, and we weren't necessarily hung up on this one. It's having a storyline. Like Everything Is Changing has a storyline. Running as well does have a storyline. But this one was more just like, how can someone like visually see what the song sounds like? Like if you turned the sound off, would someone be able to know what, or like guess what the song's like? And, you know, like first shot, Aiden just like rolling up to the speakers with a baseball bat is like a pretty good opening to like, oh, this guy's about to just like go wild and go nuts.
I love it. If you guys could describe your music as an animal, which one would it be and why?
Chameleon.
Oh, nice.
Okay, yeah, let's just say that was a good answer.
Yeah, I don't know. I just think, I mean, if you go back to like Talk Peace to a Wolf, you know, there is a difference in the sound. Like now that's maybe a little bit more in your face with certain stuff, or like the production is a little more left of center. But the songwriting will always be, is it a great song? Yes or no. If the answer is no, then that's gone. But I think with the production, it's just like, how can we make it sound new? Like a great song's a great song. So, you can't change that, but it's like, how can you present it in a different way and make people, feel like it's new, even if it, I don't know. One of my favorite things is like, Dua Lipa named her album, but like future nostalgia, you know what I mean? Like, I think the best things in the world are like something that you can feel comfortable with, even if it's new. So I think a chameleon, because, we've changed already, but I think even just with us talking amongst ourselves about what we want to sound like in the future and like where we want to go, I think it'll keep changing for the better.
Yeah.
Well, and I even think song to song, it's just like we don't really want to, walk into writing a song like, oh, it should sound like this or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We just want to serve the song, I guess, more than our sound. If that makes sense.
No, it does, and I love it. Like, you're constantly evolving, and you can't have two egos and like.
Right. Yeah. That's a good point. Yeah.
I think it would be boring if there were like all of them had the same energy or the same kind of palette of sounds.
Yeah.
It should be like a journey. Like the album's got to be a journey. So
yeah,
that's exactly it. And last question: who are your favorite up and coming artists right now?
Young Friend.
Love him.
Love Young Friend.
AJ Radico. The Rolling Stones.
Small act. The Rolling Stones.
I've never heard of them.
Yeah.
I don't know. Let me open my Spotify and see what my liked songs are right
For
now.
me, it's like they go by underscores.
Oh yeah.
Really like their album.
James Ivy.
Yeah. James Ivy for sure.
Charlie Houston.
Oh my God, love her. I just interviewed her like last month or something.
Oh, no way. Yeah. No, her EP or whatever you want to call it, album 19 or Feels Like Spring or whatever it's called.
I Hate Spring. Yeah,
so good. It's been on repeat. Porter Robinson's been really great.
Definitely not up and coming. I mean, he's been around for a while, but his new album seems like, it's like different from this other stuff, I guess. And then for me, I listened to a song yesterday called Clay Pigeon by Binky. That was really cool.
Oh, Binky's cool.
Yeah.
I'm interviewing him like pretty soon, actually, I think.
No way.
Nice.
Yeah, Clay Pigeon is such a good song.
Yeah. Wallace is really good.
Upsall.
Love her too.
Yeah.
You can go on and on.
Yeah, you can go on and on. I think it's really exciting in music right now with like the cross between like DIY and like, I don't know, pro. Because I don't think there's a certain type of pro sound anymore.
Yeah.
I just think before it was like, get signed, go in the studio, now you're huge. And now it's like, I don't know.
Do whatever you want.
Yeah.
You can make a banger on on your phone.
Yeah.
So I think
it's exciting.
Yeah, totally. Well, thank you so much, guys. It was so much fun talking to you, and I can't wait to see where you guys go.
Thank you.
Yeah. Thanks for having us.
Yeah, this was great.